Okay, I think we're on YouTube now. Give it a second. Okay, we're gonna start recording now. Also, welcome everybody to the Yin Yang Wolf Pack. My name is Will Rios. I'm the IMC Base 2 leader, attorney at law in California and Texas. Well, that's kind of cool. And now, once again, a student of the martial arts, which is probably out of all those things that I said, that's like the most, that's the best one. That's the one that I'm most happy about at this moment. The idea that's been in my mind as of late has been that of really like the ego and the mind. And, this thing, religion and all philosophers have been trying to figure this thing out forever and ever and ever. And I think a few of them have, right? Like Jesus probably figured it out. The Buddha probably figured like this one out. Like they understood what the fuck was going on and why humans were suffering. Right, that's why the Buddha said attachment is what leads to suffering. You're attached to things. Our mind gets attached to something, and becoming so identified with that thing that we're attached to, when that thing breaks or when that loosens, then you feel the pain, you feel the suffering of that, right? And then you're caught in samsara. You're caught in the cycle of death and rebirth over and over again because you're attached to these earthly things. And then the same idea is that with Jesus, right? It's like you are in the devil's land, you are in your mind, you're in your ego. And anything that may attack this thing is fucking hurting you. It's hitting you. It's like, you identify with an idea or you think you know something, and then it hurts when that thing is challenged. For sure, absolutely. So like this entire thing with fucking with doing Panjo and starting over is like this entire thing has just been destroying my ego over and over and over again, because like this is so different. Like my habits, my patterns of the way I move are like diametrically opposed to what I'm learning now. And so not only is this building something new, but it is destroying something old at the same time. And so, if anything, it would have been easier to just have nothing, right? So that you could start from nothing and then build on top of that. But for me now, it's like all of this shit in the past, and like that's the ego, right? The shit in the past, who you think you are, what you think you've created, like that crumbling hurts. You are suffering, you're in pain because of it. But really that is the way of this thing. And so we have to, like, you don't even really have to be aware of the past. You just have to like know. You just know. You just know what is, and you know what is not. And you reflect the moment. Izzy was talking about this yesterday, was having the clear mind or being the clear water on the lake. And I really like that, man. I imagine if I was 6 again, hearing this, how my mind would have interpreted that at my 6-year-old consciousness. Like if I heard, have a clear mind, reflect the moment. Don't dirty it. Don't be in the thought of what this is and what that is and what it should be. Like just observe and be present. And if you can do that, then you can start to get into what they call the flow or the way, or you can start to properly reflect what is going on, because so much is going on in our heads all the fucking time. The song I was just listening to right now is called Ego Death. And I love that this is a theme in my life for whatever reason. I used to call them synchronicities because, spiritual people or whatever, it's like, I saw the number 7 like 3 times. Oh, the angels must be talking to me. Always make fun of people for that. But really, it happens in your life when you kind of see the same thing over and over again. And they would call it synchronicities. And really, it can be thought of as just, the way I see it is that there's a message coming through from the beyond, from the divine. Like there's something that is trying to be communicated to me through my environment. Oh, so welcome, TK. There's something being communicated throughout your life over and over again, right? So you see the same thing pop up, but really, is it you seeing? Oh, what's up, brother? Is it like what it is your consciousness is picking that thing up, right? So a super basic example would be if you just got a new car, right? So me, I got a Tesla a few months ago, six months ago, something like that. I had never noticed Teslas really out in the wild. As soon as I get the Tesla, I see Teslas everywhere. Like, what the fuck? Like I think I'm cool because I have this fucking car. Motherfucker, everybody has a car. You're not that special. Like, you're not special at all, actually. You know? And so what I'm showing that as an example of is that your consciousness is now aware of this thing. Right? It's being brought into your awareness, into your consciousness. And so what you do with that is your choice, right? What do you want to do with that? So if we go back to what I was talking about, synchronicities, if you see something popping up over and over again, like in a short amount of time, then that is something that your consciousness is picking up on. Oh, so welcome, brother. I'm going to mute you. Your consciousness is picking something up in the environment. And so that is a signal for you to pay attention to that thing, right? It's like you don't want to just ignore shit that happens. You want to be aware. You want to understand what is going on. So if it keeps popping up over and over again, then motherfucker, pay attention. Now is the moment to learn. And so people, because they are unaware and because their consciousness is not so high, they keep running into the same problems over and over again. You see women, they date the same type of man over and over again. You as a man probably dated the same type of woman over and over again, right? Because you didn't learn the lesson. You don't get it, bro. Like I'm in the same camp, right? There's certain problems that I keep having with women, and I haven't learned that lesson. You haven't learned that lesson, and so that is why it keeps popping up. And it's like I think of it like fucking you ever play Super Mario, like Nintendo 64, like way back in the days? It's like you're on the same level because you can't beat the boss. You have to beat the boss. If you don't beat the boss, you can't go to the next level. And that is your life. You can look at it as that video game. So if you're struggling with money, you haven't beat that money boss, right? You keep hitting your head against this thing, and you're staying there. And until you get it, you can't move on, bro. As long as you're in samsara, you're not gonna find nirvana. As long as you're in hell, you can't see heaven. Like this is the same thing being told to you in a bunch of different ways. So you have to be able to observe and see that as the thing, because the thing is, obviously, I don't want to fucking date the same woman over and over again. You don't want to do that shit. Like you don't want to keep having money problems, but you fucking do because we don't get it. So observe. Why is it that I keep attracting this thing? Like really think about it. This is really like self-reflection, bro. Why does this thing keep occurring to me? Because if it were occurring to everybody, then it would be an everybody thing. But chances are this is specific to you and to your life, meaning that it's your perspective and your way that you're approaching this thing that is bringing this problem up over and over again. So I'm gonna think what is. I want to give an example of like maybe something that I've recently overcome, not even recently. I think the one that's very I think pertinent to most people is like relationships, right? So we can talk about that. So back when after I graduated college, I was really big into like raving and stuff. I mean, I still like raves, you know, I go to parties and stuff, but like, you know, I would be drinking a shitload. I'd be staying up really fucking late. I'd be like, you know, at this after party and then that after party and then that person's house. And it was a whole thing. And that environment breeds certain type of people. And those were the people that I was hanging out with all the time. And so those were the girls that I was talking to all the time, right? And so for, I don't know, I think it was a period of 2 or 3 years where I was like doing that pretty consistently. I was like, I would like, you know, be talking to a girl, you know, we'd be hooking up or whatever, and then I'd break off. And then I'd go with another girl and then repeat the pattern and then break off. But so is it that every single girl is like this? Like, no, motherfucker, I was in the environment that produces that. And so that was the lesson that I had to learn. That like, do I want to be the girl that's always like wanting to get high and like do drugs and be drunk and be out late all the time? Like, is that really what I wanted? Well, at the time, my consciousness wasn't picking that up. I'm just thinking, why are these fucking bitches crazy? Why are they so stupid? Why is this bitch on like that? moving from house to house. He's like, bro, their lives were fucking terrible. And me, I don't know, because I'm a fucking kid and I like want some pussy or something, I'm putting up with it. But it's like, no, dude, like have some fucking self-respect for like who you are. Like really, like, do you, like, is that the type of person you want to be for real? Or is that the type of person you want to be with for real? Like, think about that, man. Now, there's always the idea that I think men get caught in is like, oh, I can save her, or I can, you know, I'm gonna make her better. Like, you know what? Probably yes, but how about we start at a higher bar? How about I don't have to pick the drug addict to save? Like, how about I pick the princess who is like, you know, already is very nice and very, you know, well groomed, but she's just kind of a little bit dumb or whatever. And so I can, you know, I can teach her. Let's put ourselves in the position to get what we want, or at least in a better position to be more likely, to be more have a higher probability. That's the word I'm trying to say. To have a higher probability of getting the thing that you want. Right? So me, I had to remove myself from that. And this is actually a very big point that I would like to make. I was in Houston, Texas, and I was raving all the time. I was DJing and shit. I was getting drunk like a motherfucker, doing all these fucking drugs, being stupid. And then I was still applying to law school. So, I mean, I've always been intelligent. I've been like, I can get by on my intelligence for sure. And so I got into 2 law schools. One of them was U of H, University of Houston, and another one was Southwestern Law School in Los Angeles. And so I had to make this decision. Do I stay here in Houston and study law here? Or do I go to California and study law there? Like, that was a choice I had to make. And there are pros and cons to both. If I was in Houston, I could live at home, live with my mother, not have to worry about bills, not have to worry about rent. I would have all of my same friend group. I could, on the weekends, I could go and hang out with them. I could go to parties. I could do all that shit. Like, that would have been the safe, comfortable choice. Or I could go to LA. I had been to LA like maybe once or twice before just to visit. Like, I'm to an 18-year-old kid going to like Massachusetts for school, or I think I was like 22 or 20. I think I was 23 when I went to law school, 24, somewhere around there. Or like, so I've done that once already. Now to do that again, but this time to go to California, like, that's a difficult decision, man. Like, it's hard. It's easy to stay in your comfortable position of where you are, what you know works, doing the same old shit, because it's easy. Like, it's easy. It's the path of least resistance, as they say. But I knew, dude, in my heart of hearts, I understood that, am I gonna get anywhere going to all these fucking parties with everybody? Like, yeah, I'll have fun. Yeah, I'll like get girls or whatever. But it's like, is that my purpose, bro? Fuck no. I needed to get the fuck out of there. And then I went to LA. And then in LA, oh my God, that shit was so hard. That was the most difficult shit ever. Fucking law school. Holy shit, man. I had to make new friends, find completely new people. Like, I'm going to a place I don't fucking know and building a life. What the fuck? So I go, I'm studying the fucking hardest shit ever. I think only doctors have it worse. I think doctors probably have it worse, and I think lawyers were like behind them. We're like second after them. Like, very intensive, a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of understanding, like analysis, like a motherfucker. Like, reading case law is not easy, bro. This is a whole new language. I had to learn a new language. I learned a new language, and I had to apply that language. And then I had to see how that case differs from that case, this differs from this case, and how I can use that case in this case to inform my decision on this case. And this is high level analysis. So I had to learn all of that and start fresh with a new friend group, with a new social network, and then in a new city, find out where the fuck I'm gonna eat, fork out my fucking money. Holy shit, bro. Like, it was so much to do. However, had I not made that decision, I would still be in Texas right now, probably doing that same shit. So what do I prefer? What do you prefer? Do you want to stay in the same old bullshit? Or how about we move on? How about you grow? How about we evolve? That's what this whole thing is about. And then, throughout that, bro, this is fucking crazy, because I had started following AZD back in 2013. I started watching his YouTube videos. Like I just kind of randomly saw it and I was like, oh wow, this guy's like smart. This guy, oh shit, like this guy is kind of dope. And then I went to Texas, and then in 2017, I finally had some money because I had a job finally, and I bought a couple products, and I was like, whoa, this shit is dope. And then I went to LA, and then while I was in LA, I went to my first camp. Like, bro, this has been like a whole fucking like time span of like going through my youth, like figuring all this shit out. And then I was in LA, and then I went to my first camp in 2020. It was right before COVID hit. And I go to my first camp, and I was like, whoa. And it was right after that that I really started to like pick up with women. Like I had just a whole different understanding. I just want to share it with you because, you know, even if you hear it from me, you're not going to get it the way I got it, but it might reveal something for you. It was my very first camp. I show up first night. It was Friday night. And he's like, okay, we're going to go out to the strip club tonight. Okay. So let's not go out into this world, or let's not go out with the idea of, I need to go find a woman to complete me. Like that, whoa. But that's the shit that you've been fed your entire fucking life. And so, like, it's if you're stuck in that, it's hard to see that that's not actually the way you should do it. I'm not out there looking for some woman to complete me, to be my emotional rock, and to like do that shit. That's not what it's about. That you go at it from that perspective, you're going the wrong way. Like the mountains over there, the treasures on top of that mountain behind that dragon, you're like walking over here into a field, into the desert. Like you're just going the wrong way if you come with that perspective. The perspective is, yo man, I'm a fucking conqueror. This is the group of the biggest players on earth. Let's go hunt. Let's go game. Let's go have fun. Like those are two different perspectives. I'm not here trying to find someone to complete me, to like, you know, be my this, be my that. Like, bro, that's fucking stupid. That's fucking weak. I'm here to enjoy the fruit of this world. This land has so much to offer. Go find something, man. Let's go on a fucking adventure. All right, me, you. All right, let's see who can get the most. All right, let's fucking go. Like this is a fucking competition. Let's have fun. Like bring that spirit, bring that warrior energy to this thing. Not of, oh man, I've just been so bad with girls and girls never talk to me and I don't really know and like I'm trying to figure it out. Like, bro, that's weak, bro. That's fucking weak. Now, when I was like 14 or something, like, okay, fine. I forgive myself for thinking that when I was like 14. Okay. Once you turn 18, motherfucker, you're a fucking man. And so that shit no longer flies. Now it's let's build something, man. Build your character, build who you are, what you're trying to do. And that is the perspective you take it. Okay, that was a little tangent. Now let's get back to what I was saying. So I went to LA. And then I got to go to my first AZD boot camp. And then from there, I finished law school. And then I take the bar exam. And then I get a job. And then I get an offer, which is fucking crazy. Then they're like, hey, man, you want to go base up at San Jose? It's like, bro, I'm from fucking Texas. And then I moved to LA. And then now I'm going to move to San Jose. Like, all of this shit, like somehow, some way, were little stepping stones. But I had to be willing to take the leap, right? I had to be willing to get the fuck out of Texas. I had to be willing to get the fuck out of LA. Like, dude, I spent enough time in LA. I get the place. I understand it. I don't fucking like it, bro. I didn't like it. I was very happy to get out of there. I think it's kind of nasty. I think it's kind of dirty. Like, sure, there are nice areas or whatever, like where you can do stuff, but bro, I don't want to live there. Now I view LA the way I view Houston. It's like, yeah, there's nice, fun stuff to be around for a little bit, but is that where you want to set up? No. Like, that's not where I want to be. Where I want to be, here. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. I'm still just, I am still amazed at this, bro. It's only been a year, but it's like, this life is beyond what I could have imagined. Like, I could not imagine when in 2017, when I was taking the fucking LSAT, that would bring me to San Jose in 2023, going out with AZD every weekend, going to Vegas like every other month to go like practice game. Like, whoa, bro, this shit is amazing. this shit is fucking crazy. And then it brings it back to what we're talking about now, which is what I really wanted this whole time was like some sort of connection to God. Like it's crazy that like this whole, it's like a maze, man. We've been trapped in a maze trying to figure out where to go, like where is up, where is down. But really what I wanted from the beginning was like, hey man, let me connect with the divine. Like that's really what I've been doing, man. I thought I was one looking for it in law. I thought I was looking for it in girls. I thought I was looking for it in like, you know, health and fitness and shit. Like, no, dude, like this is the thing. And I think I've let's say I've found it, but I realized that it is still like work, so to speak. It's if you've read The Alchemist, it's like the great work. I could have started the great work 10 years ago. I could have. I'm 29. I just turned 29. I could have started the great work at 19. But you know what? I'm glad I did not wait 10 more years. I'm glad I'm not 39 now figuring out that this is what I needed or wanted the whole time. So here we are now. Here you have found the work. So you get to work. And this is a much more fun game to be playing than that other bullshit that they're feeding you. Okay, so I was inspired. So there are like a million books that AZD has recommended. And I found downstairs, we have a whole little library down here at Base 2 of just a shitload of books that we all collected or that people gave us or whatever. And AZ had mentioned this book a long time ago. And I remember that it sounded really nice. And so I grabbed it and we had it downstairs. It's called the Bhagavad Gita. And I started reading it a little bit yesterday. That's probably not how you pronounce it. Bhagavad Gita, however the fuck it is. But I was inspired to pick it up and I read a little bit and then motherfucker hit already. So let's read a little bit of this thing. King Dhritarashtra fought. All right, I'm not going to say any of these names right. So, you know, King Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra said, in the field of righteousness, the field of Kuru, tell me, Sanjaya, what happened when my army and the Pandavas faced each other, eager for battle? The poet Sanjaya said, seeing the ranks of the Pandavas' forces, Prince Duryodhana approached his teacher Drona and spoke these words. Look at this great army, led by the son of Drupada, your worthy pupil. Many great warriors stand ready to do battle, many great archers, men as formidable as Bhima and Arjuna. Udayana, Virata, the mighty Drupada, oh my God, these are too many names. Drishtaketu, Chakitana, the heroic king of Benares, Purujit, Kuntibhoja, Shabya, the bull among men, bold, Viramanyu. Uttama, famous for his courage, the son of Subhadra and the son of Draupadi, all of them great warriors. Now, most honored of priests, look at the great men on our side, the leaders of my army. You first of all, then Bhishma, Karna, the always victorious Kripa, Ashvatthama, Vikarna, and the son of Samara, oh my God, all these names, and many other heroes, all of them skilled in war and armed with many kinds of weapons, who are risking their lives for my sake. Limitless is this army of ours, but their army is limited. Wherever the battle moves, all of you must stand firm and make sure that Bhishma is well protected. Then Bhishma, the aged grandfather of the Kurus, roared his lion's roar and blew a powerful blast on his conch horn. And the Duryodhana's heart leapt with joy. Immediately, all the conches blared. Conches. What is a conch? I think it's like a horn. The conches. And the kettle drums, cymbals, trumpets, and drums. A deafening clamor. Standing in their great chariot, yoked with white horses, Krishna and Arjuna blew their celestial conches. Krishna blew the conch called one from the demon, Panchajanya. Oh, that's interesting. So the way I understand it, Krishna is like an incarnate of God. So it's like I kind of see it as like Jesus, right? Like God incarnated, God in the flesh. and yet he has a conch called wand from the demon Panchajanya. Arjuna blew, God-given, ferocious, wolf-bellied Bhima blew the mighty conch called King Pandra. Prince Yudhishthira blew unending victory. Nakula and his twin Sadeva blew great noise and jewel bracelet. The king of Benares, that superb archer, the great warrior Shikandi, Dhirashtadumna, Varata, the unconquerable Satyaki, the huge armored Abani, all of them, O king, blew their conches at once. The uproar tore through the hearts of their men and echoed throughout heaven and earth. So imagine an army, and they have conches, like they're shooting, they're blowing on these conches, and they are called, like these are the quotes, God-given, unending victory, jewel bracelet, wand from the demon Panchajanya. It's like, so we're setting it up for battle. Like this is a great celestial war. And this is how I see really us as humans. Like we are, like the war is happening inside you. I believe it was Korean, he said, all the hells, all the heavens, all the gods, are the demons are inside the heart of man. They all exist in you. Like there's not some thing going on out there. Like maybe there is, perhaps there is some huge, like, celestial battle going on, but really it's happening in our hearts. It's happening in our minds. It's like you have God here and you have the devil here, and they're both fighting for your soul. And it's up to you to choose who you listen to. Like whenever you say you don't want to go to the gym, I say that's the devil talking, right? You don't want to wake up on time. That's the devil talking. You don't want to eat that good food. That's the devil talking, right? However, like you have the choice. Like this is happening in you, bro. Like we have what is the word? Like we've imagined it to be occurring somewhere else somehow. I think as like a coping mechanism, but really it's happening in your heart at all times, every moment. Any moment you could decide to be the bad motherfucker who goes and like robs somebody or kills somebody or like steals something. Like you could be that person, like right now. All you have to do is just fucking do it. Like you could literally just make that decision now. Or you could choose to be a man of God, a man of principle, a man of honor, a man of strength, a man of courage. You could choose that as well. You can choose heaven or you can choose hell. And it's up to you to make that decision at all times. And it's happening all the time, dude. Like anytime you hear some shit in your head, it's happening right then. Like right then. So be aware, just listen, man. And listen and realize that this is a never-ending battle. And I used to kind of look at it in a negative light, but I look at it very differently. I think of it as every single moment I have an opportunity to demonstrate my character. Like every single moment. In every moment, I can now choose to be who I want to be. Like fuck, man, it's actually crazy. Like if you study Stoicism, ad vitam ad culpam, which means for life or until misbehavior. Like you are an honorable man, you are a powerful, strong man until you're not. Like that moment could come where you decide to be fucking weak. And then now you're a weak man. But let's say you've been weak forever. And then there's a moment that comes and you decide to be strong. Now you're a strong man forever until you choose not to. Like you, by your daily choices, you are at all times creating your destiny, man. Like you're creating your fate, like where you go, you're creating this path. So choose the path that you want to take. Okay. Then Arjuna, looking at the battle ranks of their men, raised his bow as the weapons were about to clash and said to Krishna, "Drive my chariot and stop between the two armies so that I can see these warriors who I am about to fight, drawn up and eager for battle. I want to look at the men gathered here ready to do battle service for Dhritarashtra's evil-minded son. That's pretty gangster, bro. He's like, yo, I want to drive the chariot in between them so I could see who I'm about to fight. After Arjuna had spoken, Krishna drove the splendid chariot and brought it to a halt midway between the two armies. Facing Bhishma Drona and the other great kings, he said, look, Arjuna, from here you can see all the Kurus who are gathered to battle. So I think the Kurus are one of the armies. Arjuna saw them standing there, fathers, grandfathers, teachers, uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, fathers-in-law, and friends, kinsmen on both sides, each side arrayed against the other. In despair, overwhelmed with pity, he said, as I see my own kinsmen gathered here, eager to fight, my legs weaken, my mouth dries, my body trembles, my hair stands on end, my skin burns. The bow Gandiva drops from my hand. I am beside myself, my mind reels. I see evil omens. Krishna, no good can come from killing my own kinsmen in battle. I have no desire for victory or for the pleasures of kingship. What good is kingship or happiness or life itself when those for whose sake we desire them, teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other kinsmen, stand here in battle ranks, ready to give up their fortunes and their lives. Though they want to kill me, I have no desire to kill them, not even for the kingship of the three worlds, let alone for that of the earth. What joy would we have in killing their men? Evil will cling to us if we kill them, even though they are the aggressors, and it would be unworthy of us to kill our own kinsmen. How could we be happy if we did? Because their minds are overpowered by greed. They see no harm in destroying the family, no crime in treachery to friends, but we should know better, Krishna. Clearly seeing the harm caused by the destruction of the family, we should turn back from this evil. When the family is destroyed, the ancient laws of family duty cease. When law ceases, lawlessness overwhelms the family. When lawlessness overwhelms the women of the family, they become corrupted. When women are corrupted, the intermixture of castes is the inevitable result. Intermixture of castes drags down to hell both those who destroy the family and the family itself. The spirits of the ancestors fall, deprived of their offering of rice and water. Such are the evils caused by those who destroy the family. Because of the intermixture of castes, caste duties are obliterated, and the permanent duties of the family as well. We have often heard Krishna, that men whose family duties have been obliterated must live in hell forever. Alas, we are about to commit a great evil by killing our own kinsmen. Because of our greed for the pleasures of kingship, it would be better if Dhritarashtra's men killed me in battle, unarmed and unresisting. Having spoken these words, Arjuna sank down into the chariot and dropped his arrows and bow, his mind heavy with grief. Damn, bro. Arjuna is down bad right now. What's up, Charlie? So
Good. How about you?
I'm good, bro. Thanks, man. We're reading right now the Bhagavad Gita. So a little recap. So he goes into the middle of the two armies about to do battle, right? And he says, let me look at them. Let me see who I'm about to battle. And then he sees his grandfathers, sons, fathers, cousins, uncles, kinsmen. Kinsmen, if you don't know what that means, like kin is like your relative, kinsman. So like people of your kin, like that's my kin. So he walked into the middle of the battle and he said, who am I going to fight? And he sees that he's about to fight family. And it hurts him. He sunk down. He sunk into the chariot. He's hurting. Okay. I mean, like, what do I think of that? I see that is like, I can see what that, I can see that feeling, right? Like whenever Like if you were really a warrior, you're about to go and like do battle and like kill somebody else, like you could see the humanity in them, and you might not want to do it. But let's see what Krishna says. So this is the part that I read yesterday that fucking blew my mind. As Arjuna sat there, overwhelmed with pity. So Arjuna was the guy who was just talking, who said, I want to see them. As Arjuna sat there, overwhelmed with pity, desperate, tears streaming from his eyes, Krishna spoke these words to him. So Krishna, I think of it as like Jesus or like Buddha. Krishna spoke these words to him. Why this timidity, Arjuna, at a time of crisis? It is unworthy of a noble mind. It is shameful and does not lead to heaven. This cowardice is beneath you, Arjuna. Do not give in to it. Shake off your weakness. Stand up now like a man. Yeah, now we're talking. All right. Let's do it one more time. Why this timidity, Arjuna? At a time of crisis, it is unworthy of a noble mind. It is shameful and does not lead to heaven. This cowardice is beneath you. How about that? Dude, I'm gonna fucking tattoo that shit on you. This cowardice is beneath you. Do not give in to it. Shake off your weakness. Stand up now like a man. Fuck yeah. Arjuna said, when the battle begins, how can I shoot arrows through Bhishma and Drona, who deserve my reverence? It would be better to spend the rest of my life as a pauper, begging for food, than to kill these honored teachers. If I killed them, all my earthly pleasures would be smeared with blood. And we do not know which is worse, winning this battle or losing it. Since if we killed Dhritarashtra's men, we would not wish to remain alive. I am weighed down by pity, Krishna. My mind is utterly confused. Beta, tell me where my duty lies, which path I should take. I am your pupil. I beg for your instruction, for I cannot imagine how any victory, even if I were to gain the kingship of the whole earth or of all the gods in heaven, could drive away this grief that is withering my senses. Having spoken thus to Krishna, Arjuna said, I will not fight, and fell silent. As Arjuna sat there, downcast, between the two armies, Krishna smiled at him, then spoke these words. So Arjuna is going to battle, and he's scared because he doesn't want to hurt anybody. And I get that. I understand that. But let's see what Jesus says. Krishna. The blessed Lord said, that's what it says right here. The blessed Lord said. So this is Krishna speaking. Although you mean well, Arjuna, your sorrow is sheer delusion. Your sorrow is sheer delusion. Never was there a time when I did not exist, or you, or these kings, nor will there be a time when we cease to be. Just as in this body, the self passes through childhood, youth, and old age, so after death, it passes into another body. Physical sensations, cold and heat, pleasure and pain are transient. They come and go, so bear them patiently, Arjuna. So his fear, that's transient. Only the man who is unmoved by any sensations, the wise man, indifferent to pleasure, to pain, is fit for becoming deathless. Ego death. Non-being can never be. Being can never not be. Both these statements are obvious to those who have seen the truth. Again, non-being can never be. Being can never not be. Both these statements are obvious to those who have seen the truth. The presence that pervades the universe is imperishable, unchanging, beyond both is and is not. How could it ever vanish? These bodies come to an end, but that vast embodied self is ageless, fathomless, eternal. Therefore, you must fight, Arjuna. Okay, so my reading of this is, you're not killing anybody, dude. Like, who are you fighting? The universe is going to be around. It has always been around. when you die, you're gonna go just into the next thing. Like what all of these things that are in your head is a delusion. It doesn't make sense. If you think that this self can kill or think that it can be killed, you do not well understand reality's subtle ways. It never was born. Coming to be, it would never not be. Birthless, primordial. It does not die when the body dies. So who are we killing? What are we killing here when you go to battle? Knowing that it is eternal, unborn, beyond destruction, how could you ever kill? And whom could you kill, Arjuna? Just as you throw out used clothes and put on other clothes, new ones, the self discards its used bodies and puts on others that are new. The sharpest sword will not pierce it. The hottest flame will not singe it. Water will not make it moist. Wind will not cause it to wither. It cannot be pierced or singed, moistened or withered. It is vast, perfect and all-pervading, calm, immovable, timeless. It is called the inconceivable, the unmanifest, the unchanging. If you understand it in this way, you have no reason for your sorrow. Even if you think that the self is perpetually born and perpetually dies, even then, Arjuna, you have no reason for your sorrow. Death is certain for the born. For the dead, rebirth is certain. Since both cannot be avoided, you have no reason for your sorrow. Motherfucker, if you are a part of this fucking thing, man. You are here, like it is all happening at all times. It's never not going to be happening. You are it, right? You are God's consciousness manifest in your own way. You are a branch. You are a leaf of the great tree that is God. Why are you sorrowful? Your sorrow is sheer delusion. Who are you going to kill? What are you killing? Like it's all, in my own words of reading that, it's all ego. What are you killing? Your bullshit. You're killing your bullshit. You're killing your delusions. You're killing your fear. That is what we're doing here, man. What? Now let's go back to Jesus. Ye of little faith. Why do you have such little faith that God's not going to take care of you? You're here to play this game, bro. You're here to play. What is this thing that is holding you down? Why are you sorrowful? Who are you gonna kill? All right, shit. All right, we don't have that much time. I'm just into all right, I'm gonna go for a little bit more. And I don't know, I might open up for questions for like a couple minutes. Okay. Death is certain for the born. For the dead, rebirth is certain. So yesterday I was talking about the phoenix. This is the same thing. Since both cannot be avoided, you have no reason for your sorrow. Before birth, beings are unmanifest. Between birth and death, manifest. At death, unmanifest again. What cause for grief in all this? Some perceive it directly. In all its awesomeness, others speak of it with wonder. Others hear of it and never know it. The self. So this is when I say the self is capital S, which if my understanding is that it means like the whole universe and God, basically. This self who dwells in the body is inviolable forever. Therefore, you have no cause to grief for any being, Arjuna. So they themselves are also the tree, the branch, the leaf. You don't have to feel sorry for anybody. Know what your duty is and do it without hesitation. Bam. Know what your duty is and do it without hesitation. For a warrior, there is nothing better than a battle that duty enjoins. Blessed are warriors who are given the chance of a battle like this, which calls them to do what is right and open the gates of heaven. Hell yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. Okay, does anybody have anything? We have like 5 minutes. I don't know what y'all thought about that, but it's just like, fuck, man. Blessed are warriors who are given the chance of a battle like this. Blessed are you. You're blessed, dude. You've been given the chance to do battle. Like you've been given this body, you've been given eyes and mind and like feeling and sensation. Like it is your honor to engage in this battle. You're a fucking warrior, dude. Okay, anybody? Does anybody have anything?
I say everything we deserve everything. It's everything for us and for everybody.
Yeah.
In abundance.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Like, like I'm viewing all of this from the perspective of the ego. And like your ego tells you that you can be hurt. Like your ego tells you that you're gonna die. Your ego is telling you that someone's gonna make fun of you or somebody's not gonna like you. Like that is all bullshit. It is your honor. It is what did he say? What are the words? Blessed are warriors who are given the chance of a battle like this. Like you've been given this chance, you're blessed. Which calls them to do what is right and opens the gates of heaven. Like that is the great fucking work, dude. Like that is it. You're here to open heaven. And heaven is here inside you right now. So open the gates. Another way of looking at that right now is like allow the energy to flow. Allow the Shakti to move through you. Like that is what we're here to do, man. And like open that shit in others. Like you by doing it, you become the example of how to do it with others. And that's how I see AZD, man. Is like he's unlocked these secrets, these understandings. And so it's able to move freely through him. And by watching him in field and like being out and listening to the teachings, it's like I see the results of that. And the results of that is creating fucking miracles. Right. And then I see Eros in the same way. Like, he's farther along the path than me as far as like social dynamics. And so like I see him open people up, and then it's like you create these effects in the world that to other people, they don't understand it. But like now I see whenever I go out with other people, like whenever I go normies, like when I'm out with normies and they see me like interact and open sets and shit like that, like they're amazed. They're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, you could do that? It's like, yeah, because I'm a little bit further along in this path. But I also have men that came before me that are further along, and I see that there's so much more, man. Heaven is here to be opened for you. You've been given this chance. You're a warrior. You're here to do this battle. And the way I see it, this is a battle of killing the self. Who are you killing? What are you killing? You're killing the ego. The ego must die. Kill this motherfucker. It's not doing you any good, man. It's just a game. Kill it over and over and over and over again. And as you kill it, you become aware more and more of the divine. And that's really all we're seeking. Like we're seeking to go back home. We were in paradise and we were cast out, unfortunately, but home is here. Home is where your heart is. Your heart is here. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. This was the Yin Yang Wolf Pack. I hope that did something for you. Dude, that shit was amazing for me. I'll see you guys next time. Os.